Tell me a little bit about your life. What's going on? I mean, tell us a little bit about yourself, Avril.
At the moment, I'm working most days. I'm working on a Hulu show at the moment, which is pretty cool.
Okay. But I mean your social life. My
social life.
Yeah. It can't all be work, you know?
Yeah, is there a,
Yeah, do you have a tick?
Do I have a tick?
He went, I don't even know what that means. Is there a horse living with you?
No, is there a...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is there are you seeing anybody right now? Are you married? I'm just curious. Because this isn't a job interview, I'm allowed to ask.
Yeah. Of course you are. No, there is not. I am alone.
Okay.
It's going pretty slowly.
The
old dating life.
Do people use the apps in Ireland? I imagine they do, just like they do here in America.
Yes, they do. Yes. I use them in the wrong way though, because I look for people that I already know before.
What? You're going on the apps for a date, but you exclude yourself to people you already know.
Yes.
Why do you do that?
I'm afraid of strangers.
I get it.
I don't like strangers.
Right.
And I feel like if I already know them, I don't have to do that awkward get to know you date. I get to skip to the second one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But what happens if on the app you express your interest in them and you already know them? And what if they don't reciprocate or vice versa? And then you see each other again and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Is that awkward?
Well, that's the trick. You can't do that. I don't do that.
Okay.
Right.
I let them come to me, but if they don't come to me, then I forget about it because that's too risky.
I gotcha.
Okay, Avril, I'm going to really bore down here with some questions because, first of all, tell me what kind of person you're looking for. What's your type?
So funny, hopefully musical, kind of.
Right.
Lots of hair. I like lots of hair.
Okay.
on the head.
Okay.
Yeah, and just not you have to get through a lot of the same man on dating apps in Ireland. I don't know if it's the same in US, but especially in Dublin, it's just this one guy who's just over and over again the same.
Is it literally just one creep who keeps
multiple profiles?
I get what you're
making
saying.
New posts. No,
You know
describe.
what I mean?
It's
There's
the
one
same type.
Yes, I got it.
Fish guy.
I got it.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is the type? What is the typical Irish guy on an app? Describe him.
So we have loves sea swimming.
Sea swimming, I'm just guessing, means loves to swim in the sea.
Yes, but it's a thing here, and it's sea swimming. And
what do you mean it's a thing?
Over the pandemic, people started doing it a lot because it was the only thing that people could do to meet other people because it was literally in the sea.
Right.
And then people kept it going afterwards, and they've made it their entire personality.
So there are a bunch of dudes out there that are all into sea swimming.
Yes. And that's fine, but I seem to be getting the same answers every time to the prompts on Hinge. So it's like, if you're into sea swimming, we'll get along. If you like drinking Guinness, we'll get along. And I don't know if those are enough to start a relationship.
No, it doesn't sound. I mean, it sounds a little. If a guy is saying, if you're asking someone essentially, who are you, and he says, I like to jump into the cold Irish Sea and I like drinking Guinness. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're hearing that again and again and again, it doesn't sound like an interesting person.
Yeah, it's not a lot to go on.
No.
So to combat that, I photoshopped my head onto a picture of someone being interviewed by you on your show.
What?
And I used that.
This sounds very deceitful. You took your head and you put it on the body of someone I was interviewing?
Yes.
And who was it I was interviewing? Which body did you steal?
It was the guy from Bill and Ted.
Keanu Reeves.
Not Keanu Reeves.
Alex Winter.
Yes, Alex Winter.
Why did you choose Alex Winter's body? Why did you do that?
I thought you meant it would be another woman that kind of looked like you.
Yeah.
No, that was because that's what I don't want to trick people, genuinely trick people, but I want people to stop and go, wait a second, and they're like, oh wait, no, she didn't, but she did this weird thing.
That's a real fetish out there. Someone who's got the face of an attractive young woman and the body of Alex Winter. That's a known I mean, I've spent a lot of time on fetish sites, and that is a big one.
Because it doesn't exist in nature.
Yeah.
So it's a real hot commodity.
Very, very
I
difficult
can only
to find.
wish to have the body of Alex Winter. I wish.
Well, I do. It's in the trunk of my car. I killed him weeks ago.
Oh, no.
Listen, that took a turn. Avril, I'm going to try and pull this together here, okay? You're living in Dublin. You are a very funny, cool person, and you've got a good job, and I think you've got everything going for you. And I feel that it's my mission now to find you the right person. And I worry if you're not taking any chances, if you're only talking to guys who are already your friend, I don't know. I think you're trapping yourself in the friend zone. Don't you agree, Sona?
I think there's a reason maybe there wasn't anything romantic in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So maybe if you're going back to that well, I don't know. Maybe that's dry.
Yeah.
So you may have to take a little bit of a risk and risk maybe not a great first date, and then there's no other date. I think you need to risk.
Bad first dates are fun.
Yeah, they can be fun.
Yeah. They're a fun story.
Yeah.
I've had so many bad first dates.
Oh, let me tell you, Sona was a disaster for years. When she was working for me, she would go on these terrible dates with these complete losers and then be humiliated. And it happened again and again and again and again and again.
Okay,
and
yeah,
again.
we get it. Well, I noticed when you were listing off the things that you wanted, you didn't say that he needs to have a job. And that was my thing, was that they didn't really have to have a job. I was all about floppy hair, music.
Well, a lot of times, in Sona's case, they couldn't have a job because they were right out of prison, you know?
Or currently in prison, a few of them, right?
Yeah, well, they would get a job. They would get a job in the prison bakery or something, or laundry. But...
You think a prison has a bakery?
Yeah, some of the best baked goods come from that federal penitentiary in Danbury, Connecticut. Makes a great corn muffin.
Cinnabon is a prison released.
Are you thinking of Paddington 2?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I love Paddington 2. Best movie ever.
It's good.
I honestly love Paddington 2.